check. Yep. So, check. Whatever you want to do, man. You tell us when. We'll jump in. We can talk.
I'm trying to think, what do y'all normally do? Y'all normally talk before 7:30?
Yeah, probably a couple minutes, yeah.
All right, let's do it. All right. Here we go, man. The music is easy. Give it a shot. All right, here we go. We're going on in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good evening, Hornet football fans. Joining Rhett Farmer, I am Ken Fowler. Tonight calling GIAA state semifinal action. The Westfield Hornets in action in Albany, Georgia versus Deerfield. Excited, Coach, that we can be here tonight. Kind of coming in hot, a little on two wheels, but we're here. But let me say right out of the gate, we're excited to be part of the new kind of a new branding of our operating system here. Mid-Georgia Sports Network is now Middle Georgia Sports Live. We've got a new name, but the same mission, expanded coverage, and a commitment to local sports across Macon, Warner Robins, in the heart of Georgia. Follow at Mid-Georgia Sports for updates as we launch a new era in Middle Georgia Sports, starting kind of tonight and into the coming year. So exciting things going on for Brett Taylor and friends as we get rolling on this Mid-Georgia Sports Live, Coach. But back to the action at hand. We're getting very close to kickoff here in Albany, Georgia. And exciting to get a rematch of a game that happened earlier this year.
Well, I mean, electric atmosphere, absolutely electric. You used the word exciting several times. The field is brown. We like that. There's a lot of red and blue. Of course, we're on the home side, but this is just, Coach, this has got that old school, in our league. Of course, we're now the GIAA, but there's something about this place, a Deerfield-Windsor Westfield rivalry, semifinals, storied history. Maybe, if you're a football traditionalist, you'd like it to be a little bit colder. It's going to get cooler, but it's a perfect setting tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, Coach. No threat of any weather conditions. Like you said, temperature is going to be dropping. It's probably pushing the upper 50s already and dropping, but both teams excited. The Hornets now are single file walking to the stadium. You can see on your camera picture there the picture of the Hornet faithful that are making the drive to Albany. Everybody very excited for this rematch with Deerfield. Like you say, a storied history not only here with Deerfield and with Westfield individually, but together a lot of semifinal, state championship type matchups throughout the years across the different sports, but specifically in football. In fact, last year, state semifinals, Deerfield on the way to winning the state championship, come back and win in the last seconds in Perry, and you kind of flip that this year, where maybe last year Westfield may have been the favorite. Deerfield, obviously the repeating champion. I think their unblemished record, you see it there, 11-0, haven't lost since, my goodness, some point, the midpoint of last year, and just have a lot of really good athletes led by their quarterback. And the Hornets have kind of got to come up with a game plan to try to slow them down.
Well, yeah, Lane Seals is obviously, a playmaker, experienced veteran quarterback, and he was the star of the show last year when they went down the field very methodically, kind of in the 2-minute drill, and he's very talented. This year's regular season matchup was a 33-7 loss, for Westfield. But that game was really, you and I called that game. It was really strange. We, had some turnovers in the red zone early. Didn't have Stone St. Clair. I think obviously everybody knows that Stone St. Clair's back.
Right.
What's that matchup going to look like? For the Hornets, you've got some decisions, and you and I have talked about this. Beautiful ride here tonight. You have decisions on, do you pressure Seals and force his hand? Because you know he can make plays with his feet. I'm not going to call him necessarily a dual threat quarterback in the traditional, sense.
Right.
He likes to kind of skate in the pocket. He's got plenty of weapons to throw to. Do you pressure him, or do you kind of sit back and try to play coverage? Either way, Lee Campbell's going to have anxiety and has probably not slept much this week. The defense coordinator, and of course his brother Chad Campbell, the head coach. It's a tall task to stop them.
Absolutely, and you're spot on. I think really kind of one of the keys for Westfield defensively. Hey, Coach, you can't stop them. Deerfield's going to score some points. You know they are. You can just, as you look at the captains coming out, you can see the Westfield captains there. But
captains for Westfield, Jackson Hare. I'll go ahead and give them Jackson Hare, Law Leonard, Jack Doster, Thatcher Reddick. And then we can get you some captains for Deerfield. Coach, we've got
number 5,
Greer Morey.
Number 9, which is
Lane
Seals.
Seals.
Number 72.
Let me flip to the third page, Coach, because their roster is deep. 72 is Davis Schneider.
And 99.
Oh, 99. You got to go to the last page. Cooper Harris.
So you kind of made my point for me, but they have a deep roster. They have probably pushing double the amount of players Westfield has. You see an obvious size advantage just in the captains there meeting on the field, and Snyder and Harris there clearly very, very large young men. So a lot of things for Westfield to kind of overcome. But, so like you said, it's going to be interesting. So we talking to the coaches and some of the players, I think the keys defensively, without getting too deep into the weeds, they need to find a way to get 4 or 5 stops, right? And if we turn the ball over, which we hope doesn't happen, obviously, every time you turn the ball over, that's another stop you have to have, right? So the hope is you can take care of the football, like you mentioned earlier, 2 turnovers going into the end zone, 1 right outside the goal line, 1 interception into the end zone. Westfield has won the toss and deferred, it looks like. So they will give the ball to Deerfield right out of the gate. So we'll get that matchup right out of the gate. Westfield's defense led by their captain Thatcher Reddick versus the vaunted and highly touted Deerfield offense.
I know Max Preps isn't always correct, but it says 64 players. I think that's what we counted on the sideline. Deerfield's roster is as deep as anybody's, and they're not even in the higher class. Of course, there's lag in reclassification. They're counting high school numbers, and it may lag a little bit, but that 64 kids, Coach.
It is, because you got to remember too, you remember this because you were at Westfield when we won the state championship in 14, and we were coming off a state championship run, and our numbers were way up because everybody wants to be a part of a winner. Right,
but we were in the highest classification. Now it's kind of unique when you're thinking about these quad A schools. Boy, I mean, can you imagine some of these matchups with the depth we've got in this league? Deerfield playing the Stratfords and FPDs of the world. How intriguing that would be too.
Westfield in the green-white-green uniform combo looking really good. Little Philadelphia Eagle-ish over there. Hopefully they'll play like that Eagle defense. So, Coach, we haven't really talked about the Hornet offense much, so let's talk about that a little bit. Really kind of rolling lately. Getting Stone St. Clair back has been a huge boost to the offense. Not that they were struggling before. Offensive line's been playing great. Jackson Hare is healthy. Brock Johnson's been playing great also. And, of course, we need to mention kind of Win Hoots. Win Hoots has kind of been he kind of helped carry us a little bit in St. Clair's absence, but now they're both back. I know for a fact, having talked to a coach or two from the Deerfield side, that they're very aware of both weapons. And not to mention Brock Johnson's running ability, which may show before it's all said and done.
Yeah, I think in big games, and this is a huge game, this just feels different. You can tell it's just different. And you can tell that Deerfield has it going on right now. They're undefeated. And I think in big games, your quarterbacks have to play well, and you have to get surprise plays in the quarterback scramble drill.
Yep.
You have to get those plays where things don't, pan out like they did on the whiteboard on your Sunday meeting, and your quarterback has to make plays. And I think Brock Johnson is up for that challenge.
You've been talking about this a good bit the last few weeks, but sometimes it's those big, forget the word you use, but the big plays that don't go your way, the mistakes, right? You're going to count your wow mistakes, right? In games like this, usually it's the team that makes the least of those is the winner. The catastrophe is the word.
We've kind of, and you really don't want a catastrophe early.
Yeah. You certainly don't want to play from behind, although both offenses certainly capable of scoring in bunches. So we're set to go here. Brock Johnson going to put toe to leather and get this thing started. Ball is kicked, high kick to the right side. Going to be fielded at about the 10-yard line even. Hornets are going to track him down and tackle him at about the 23-yard line. So, Coach, good kick, great coverage by the Hornets. So Deerfield will start from their own territory pretty deep.
And I think that was Boyd Pollock on the return. 15 for Deerfield. And he's kind of grabbing his face mask. It looked kind of high hands on Sheldon's part.
Yeah, I thought it was across the shoulder pass, but that's, so Deerfield's going to come out with, originally anyway, with a little bit of an empty set.
Yep, and you wonder if they're going to try to go shock play early. I wouldn't be surprised if it's some little wide receiver screen, but they may try to take a deep shot early. There's your wide receiver screen.
Tackled hard out of bounds by the Hornets, but after a nice gain, we'll give him about 8 yards on first down. Several Hornets on the play, pursuing down the line of scrimmage.
That was Jackson Woodham. And we've already got a Joe Allen sighting.
I think we've got looks like we got a Hornet player shaking up on the sideline, on the Deerfield sideline.
Is that Thatcher? That is not good.
Hopefully this is nothing too. No, that's Carter Black actually.
Carter. I saw that.
And hopefully he's up already on his feet. So
it's not good if it's Carter.
And neither one, yeah, for sure. Both starting linebackers very valuable. He's already kind of walking off.
Looks a little. You wonder if he's got a stinger situation. He's kind of holding that shoulder. It was a big collision on the sideline, Coach. Thatcher Reddick's been playing with a hand injury for quite some time now. So that is a major concern for the Hornets. And you're talking about, we'll see who the replacement is, because you haven't seen many other linebackers. I mean, you can, of course,
it's going to be Landon Gillis, he's only a freshman, but Landon has shown a lot of positive signs, especially running the ball. Maybe not so much playing linebacker, but big spot for the freshman here against this offense.
Yeah, I mean, you can imagine the googly eyes that Landon might have right now.
No time for that now, though, Coach.
Yeah.
I'm sure Thatcher Reddick may have just said that to him. Going to throw it again, kind of out on the swing pass. Hornets are there to rally to the ball and may have enough for our first down. Going to be really close.
Coach, football, it's the nature of how football has changed. People tell you where the ball's going.
Kind of funny how that worked out there.
They tell you where, that was kind of an overset. Had you out, trying to outflank people. They tell you where the ball's going now with some of these, a lot of oversets and not unbalanced stuff, but wide receiver oversets. And
Coach Carter Black back in the game, which is a good sign.
Right.
Not that we're not excited for Landon Gillis. But you want that experience in big games like this. Deerfield now going to motion the man across the set. Going to boot out. It's like Stone St. Clair on the tackle, and not before the Knights pick up another first down.
So the same guy that motions back and forth, I think number 8 was the guy that slipped back out into the flats, and it's a bootleg action to number 8, Gabe Daniel.
Yeah, he's their leading receiver.
Well, we know whoever
Luke
their leading receiver has a lot of yards.
Yeah, yep. Luke Wicker was on the pressure. It didn't really bite on the bootleg action, which is on the fake, which is great, but the quarterback was able to hit the ball away. That'll be a run play here to number 6, and the Hornets have lost contain. Tackle eventually made by Dosser. I feel like the ball came out, but Deerfield jumps on it. So give him 8 yards. Not sure what happened on the right side and contain there, Coach.
Yeah,
but
the last guy on level 1 lost contain, and we didn't have a triangle player show up. When I say the triangle, some type of flats player. You know, I didn't see the pre-snap. I'm really blocked, Coach, by this wall here.
Yeah, Coach Farmer's vision past the 35 or so is going to be pretty limited.
I'm going to be sticking my head out the concession stand here. Not the concession stand, the press box. Sorry, you see what's on my mind? Food.
You can smell it wafting from the concession stand. Going to be quarterback keep here. Going to try to bounce. Hornets are there.
Wow, the guy showed up there.
Guess who? Number 4, Jack Doster, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and short now for the for the Knights. Maybe a short loss on that play, Coach.
And we've watched several FPD Deerfield games with Seals. And, Coach, that, to me, is not their identity, that little scheme that they just did with Seals.
Yeah, the boot action from earlier with the passing to on the drag route is really kind of what I'm used to seeing from those guys.
But that was more like cue counter.
Yep. Empty set here for the Knights. Going to throw something quick. He's there. We're on it immediately with Staines, but not before they get a completion for about, 10 yards when it's all said and done.
Brantley Micklig, that was just pitch and catch. And
this is just, Coach, just your typical Deerfield drive that we're kind of used to seeing, just methodically moving the ball down the field now as they cross over into the 35-yard line of the Hornets. Kind of a run look here from the Knights, and they're going to run, and they got guys pulling around the edge. We missed a tackle coming up from the corner, so give him about 6.
Brooks Bentley on the play. I may just watch it on TV, Coach.
Well, it might be your best view up here in the box. So.
As we say every week in crowded press boxes, now we have the stepbrothers pose from the picture. Just don't put your hand on my shoulder and wear an Argyle sweater.
Great movie. So Deerfield now in the gun. Going to run it again and try to bounce. Hornets have members there, but they cut back on us, and he's going to end up getting first down yardage.
Yeah.
Played better, need better down the line pursuit there from the Hornets. And the Hornets need to find a way to bow their neck here and hold them out of the end zone. Maybe hold them to a field goal try if they can. So
Coach McRae does it. I hope I'm saying his last name right. I got the roster, got the coaches on here. It's hard to remember all this when you can't spread your papers out. Well, all I have, Jake McRae. Coach, I don't know Coach McRae. I mean, I've been out of it a while. I know he came. I think, did he come from Florida or somewhere? I don't know the whole background, but I know they got him call plays, Coach.
Little reverse action there. They got the corner seal. Hoots with a good play.
Yeah.
We'll give him another first down gain.
That's Micklig on the reverse. I know Coach McRae uses a lot of different sets. I cannot imagine preparing for him. Coach, I can't imagine preparing for Chad Campbell.
Yep, both coordinators and, of course, head coaches do a good job with their offenses. Deerfield now 2nd and 5. You had to expect the first drive coming out, Deerfield would have a great script ready to go.
Yep, and you said that everybody scripts stuff now and, walkthroughs.
Gonna throw the little hitch inside. Tackled immediately. I think he's going to be just short of a first down. He is. We'll call it 3rd and maybe 1 or inside 1. But so this is 4-down territory.
So they have a tail motion. And, they're basically, if you kind of come up on the tail motion into the, the flats up, they just throw the whole route or the little, it's kind of a, mini slant. Just read you over there. It's kind of a choice.
The 3rd and 1 here. Back is in the I formation.
Yep.
Gonna throw the toss.
Sweet.
And they've got to cut back. He tries to cut back twice. We do end up hitting him, and he breaks free and scores. Just not great tackling there by the Hornets.
And that's number 22, Turner Simmons.
The Hornets are going to have to wrap up better than that as play progresses here. But again, no panic. You knew they were going to score some points, especially that first drive. The defense will settle in, I'm sure.
Yeah, no panic. At least you made them earn it. I mean, you really, they were very proficient. I mean, they're probably at, average 7-8 yards of play, and that's got to change if the Hornets are going to have a chance.
Well, and the kick was partially blocked, I think, or either missed, and the extra point is no good. So that could be big, Coach.
Special teams.
So the dilemma Coach Lee Smallwood is left with.
Lee Smallwood? That's a blast.
Did I say? Yes, Smallwood.
Shout out to my man, Lee Smallwood.
Hey, Lee. Anyway, we'll come back to that. So we're anyway. Lee Campbell. I don't know what I was thinking. Sorry. Hey, Lee Smallwood. How you doing? I hope you're listening. Anyway, Lee Campbell's dealt with his defensive coordinator now as the power run game from the Knights when you know how well they can throw it. So you kind of have to put you in a bind, doesn't it, Coach?
Yeah. I don't know how you stop Deerfield. I mean, Coach, I don't know how they practice it all. They got empty sets. They got tail motions. They got the eye scheme. That's the world we live in. You and I have talked about, like, all the walkthroughs. I mean, people have walkthroughs in the morning now. They have walkthroughs, and during their wait period. We had a school stop at our school for a walkthrough on the way to playing a game in GHSA. It is a much more complex game than it was even 7-8 years ago.
So Deerfield lined up to kick off now after they missed extra point. Going to be a short kick. Going to be fielded. Nope, St. Clair's going to let it roll out of bounds for a penalty. So it'll be the Hornet ball. Was it 35, Coach,
yes,
I think?
Yes, sir, 35.
I tell you, with the short kick, it's almost something to back them up, make them kick it again. That's what it's a little. I'm not disparaging a kid. I don't want anybody to think that. But with 60-something players and a good soccer program, I'm a little surprised they don't have a guy that can just boom it.
And obviously the thinking of not making him re-kick it is just take the ball. You don't want to turn it over.
Right.
But, it is one less touch for one of our skill guys.
So heads up right here. See if we get something working out of the gate. Gonna send St. Clair in motion, fake it. Gonna take a shot to Hoots down the middle. He overthrows him. Hoots had a step. It was double covered, but he actually ran through the coverage.
Yeah.
Would have liked to seen a little more error to that ball, but
he got behind him. I mean, and had it protected up.
I had inside word that something along those lines was gonna happen. So I was hoping the Hornets could strike back in a hurry for confidence sake, if nothing else. But I don't know that short of confidence is a problem. We now have a balloon in our line of vision. This is adding to the wall.
99 love balloons.
Got throw out in the flats there to Ben Holbert. He breaks a tackle. That's a late hit.
Severely late hit.
If there's no flag, somehow there's no flag.
Somehow there's maybe I'm shielded. Maybe my eyes are bad.
We can't see the sideline exactly, but it looked late to us. So 3rd and 5 now for the Hornets.
I know there's not a lot of room. I'm trying to see if Deerfield's got the old second line painted that some teams do for their players to get behind. This is a big 3rd down, Coach Fowler.
St. Clair in motion. He and Hoots on the same side now, looking that direction. Johnson's going to throw it. He's got Hoots. He breaks the tackle.
Coach, that was a hair from going to the house.
It sure was. It's such a dilemma as a defensive back. You don't want to give up the first down, but at the same time, if you sneak up, he may run right by you. So 1st down for the Hornets as they get into Deerfield territory now inside the 45, call it the 44-yard line.
And Coach, I don't want to jinx this, but early returns on the pass protection look good.
Yeah.
Of course, obviously Craig Rose at DC, he and Rod Murray do a great job at Deerfield. They're going to dial up some pressure packages. They're not going to sit there and listen. There's one coming off the edge right there.
And there's a run from Jackson Hare. Quick downhill, pick him up, give him 7 on 1st down. You'd like to see that, getting ahead of the sticks.
Yeah, that's a good physical run. you know, Coach, we don't want to get into a shootout with these guys. I say we. I mean, you know, we're homers.
Unabashedly.
Unabashedly pro green and gold. A lot of respect for Deerfield, though, obviously. But you know, I think this pace of this game right now fits Westfield's chances.
Yeah, for sure. Again, you give the Hare. And Hare does a good job getting back to the line of scrimmage.
7 and number 5. I think 7 in on the tackle.
So that's probably, if that's a, I didn't catch the pull, if it was zone or what, but it's probably a read Johnson wishes he had back, because if he pulls that, he might be picking up, he might still be running around the right end.
Well, we caught Coach number 7's Mangum Pippin, according to the roster, Mangum Pippin, and I think we called his name out some in September in beautiful Perry.
So big 3rd down and 5 here for the Hornets. Inside Deerfield territory, hoping to sustain the drive. Looks like Deerfield's going to bring a little heat right here. Move over Reddit to kind of pick that up. They do. Throw the slant behind Hoots. He makes an incredible catch.
Yeah, he's a talented guy. That was a little behind him.
But the catch alone was good, but how he pirouettes in the air there and lands and keeps running.
The track guy, you know, on this week's episode of What's Going Down at Westfield Track.
It kind of reminded me of my athleticism back never.
In the Macon County Trampoline Wrestling League.
I was a stud in that league, to be fair. Rock and Roll Express forever.
I hope those springs were strong on that trampoline.
That's a fat shame. You shouldn't do that these days.
That's just to your torque and thunder.
There's Johnson pulling it there. Makes one move, makes a spin move. Johnson's free, breaks another tackle and into the end zone, and the Hornets answer. I said that earlier. I thought if he pulled it on that zone earlier, he might have something on the right side. I love it when they prove me right. Making me look good up here, Brock. Thank you, sir. So an answer, and now 6-6 with the Hornets with a chance to possibly take a lead with an extra point.
Coach, what a run.
For sure.
And was that Ben Hobart on the perimeter blocking?
I think it was, and it was a great block. And Johnson read it well and broke through that arm tackle and scored. As we know, Brock Johnson, anybody that has been watching the Hornets all year, is tough to tackle if you don't square him up. And even then, you might get punished.
And you're I don't know if we really hurt him as much with the zone pull.
Interesting right here, Coach. I think Carter Black might have had a hand-type injury.
Right.
Because we have a backup snapper.
Who is that backup snapper?
It's a good snap. It is through. That's going to be 7-6.
I wonder who the snapper was.
That is Mr. Fountain, I believe.
Harpoon?
I think Harper.
Harper Fountain, number 18.
Based on body shape, yep, 18, exactly what it was, Harper Fountain.
You never know when your number's going to be called. Good for Harper Fountain.
So it makes you think that was probably Carter's hand has been bothering him. He told me that, but clearly he's able to play with it. But maybe not snap.
But Coach, the worry is I think it's affecting his ability to wrap up and tackle.
Yeah, it could be. We'll have to kind of see how that plays out. So 7-6, Hornets lead. Both teams have had the ball once. Both teams have put together long, sustained drives and scored kind of in similar fashion on longer runs with some broken tackles. So.
Well, I hate to beat a dead horse, but I do teach middle school. Did you say 6, 7?
Oh my gosh!
I'm sorry.
I thought I would have enough adult conversation tonight to avoid that, but I forgot the mentality of a middle schooler.
You can't take me anywhere. I'm sorry.
You may have to find a ride home.
Oh, that's cool.
Johnson now got stutter steps here. He's going to kick it pretty deep, line drive in the middle of the field. Caught, but running sideways. Number 15 going to try to reverse field now. Hornets have him deep. That's another tackle right there. That's Win Hoots on the tackle. Coach starting field position inside the 15. That's two good jobs of kick coverage there.
You know, special teams early advantage to the Hornets.
That ball was kicked in the perfect spot. It's kind of a you know me kind of thing.
Oh yeah. So I always say, when it gets kind of like, okay, we're in for a dogfight, you kind of get, the next play from the offense kind of tips what they really. Now, and Coach McGray still may have a second series script.
He may not. Yeah, it was. The first script certainly was good. So back to pass.
Little wheel scheme, Coach.
They went wheel
scheme and got it. That's the shot play.
That's a good job there by Carter Black, chasing him down.
So, Coach, they went old school 2x2, skinny, and a slot receiver ran a wheel. And Coach Campbell's barking at somebody. I think he's barking at his brother. But that was, Coach, that's just old school, like, skinny post and a slot up the sideline on a S route or whatever you want to call it. Ugh.
Yeah, big play strikes. That's first, what I would say, first big play, explosion type play from either side. I guess you could say Johnson's run maybe was one for the Hornets, but.
And I don't, I say skinny. I saw the outside receiver, first guy from the sideline, looked like he was working in deep.
There's room to run there. The Hornets have got to clean that up. Hornets got to clean that up. If Deerfield's going to be able to gash us for 5 and 6 yards a carry, well, that was 8, actually, maybe 9.
Yeah, it was Turner Simmons on the run. He's had a big year for him.
Obviously, a big size advantage. Just looking at the screen, you can see it there with the offensive line. Hornets have decent size on the D-line, but I don't think they compare to the size of the offensive line. So, really got to step up. Those linebackers are going to have to really kind of fit well here.
Little bunch trips, not tight, not flexed.
Got a chance at him.
And that, you rarely see that happen.
Bentley, good job, sir. He was hyped in class today. I'm proud for that kid.
Yep, 2-7. You rarely see Seals get sacked, Coach. He usually knows, has that internal clock. Good job by the secondary. We couldn't see the screen down here. So, Coach, did you see the bunch routes? What did they run down here?
All right, Coach, I am blocked by the wall. So, and he actually – anyway, I'll say this while we got a second after the sack. I will say, talking to some of the coaches and the players, they felt like they didn't want to let him sit back there and throw like he did last time. They were going to try to heat him up a little bit. So, Hornets have got this strung out pretty well. Good job finishing the play. Give him a short gain. I got to see the spot, but –
Cameron Staines coming up. You know where I'm going. You'd like to see us clean up tackling better on that first contact.
Yep.
A couple times.
We do have a replay here, I think. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, it's the end of the quarter. I apologize. So you're watching Mid-Georgia Sports Live. Westfield football action versus Deerfield in the state semifinals. The score after one quarter, Westfield 7, Deerfield 6. You'll see you right back here in a few minutes. Welcome back to Albany, Georgia for state semifinal action for the Westfield Hornets. Deerfield currently driving. 4th down now, and we'll call it 7. Seals is going to run. There's nobody in the middle of the field. He's going to run. He goes down eventually, but give him the yards for a first down. So as you mentioned earlier, Coach, it's not his preferred method of moving the ball, but with that much green grass, or brown grass, I guess, in front of him, he took advantage of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you got receivers covered up. Obviously, you didn't throw the ball because secondary and coverage people, I don't know what linebackers were in coverage, but we didn't have anybody in the middle of the field at level 2.
It's just he seems like he always makes you wrong. If you want to drop and cover everybody, okay, he can hurt you with his feet.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you want to heat him up a little bit, but that might leave somebody open. So
I don't know how you defend that guy. I mean, that was a 4th and 7?
Yeah, that's kind of demoralizing. I talked to Coach Lee Campbell. We got a penalty here, don't we?
No, they're calling timeout. Coach McRae didn't like what he saw.
Coach Lee Campbell. By the way, Lee Smallwood, I'm glad you're listening. Sorry I brought you up, but I'm not sorry. So
he said, I heard they talking about me.
I am talking about you, Lee. Anyway, Coach Lee Campbell talked about this with me earlier, how demoralizing that is. The Deerfield goes for it a lot on 4th down, and they convert a crazy amount of 3rd and 4th and longs. So just another example of kind of what they do. So,
yeah, I mean, you dial up pressure, he's going to find the open receiver.
Right.
You hang back and play coverage, he's going to, make plays, make the right read, just kind of pick your poison, and maybe you try to disguise some coverages, which is really hard to do with some of their sets.
That's right.
It's easier to get empty. I mean, yeah, you can play combo coverages and various things, but they motion. Everybody runs motion to see what you're in.
Right. So Deerfield back on the field now. 1st and goal.
Little ace set, coach. Ace
double tight.
personnel.
Yes, double
sir.
tight. 2 splits. Going to run the ball off left side. Hornets was there, and this time they pursue down the line of scrimmage, coach, and get him for a short gain. Actually, yeah, really short gain. They're a little further inside the 10 than I thought. Almost no
Banks,
gain.
Reddick.
They call that no gain. 2nd goal now from about the 7, I think. It's hard to tell from here. You might be able to see it on your TV. Yeah, you can. Yeah, about the 7-yard line, left hash. So some shuffling on the defensive line, getting in some fresh bodies. Stone St. Clair comes in. Looks like, Coach, when he comes in like that, it makes you wonder if we're not just matching up man. Thrown into the flats. Hoots is first man there, misses, but he stops momentum.
That's okay.
Reddick cleans it up. Short gain.
That's going to be a coaching point at halftime, make the first time. But, Hoots has got to be aggressive on that. And come on, a good job rallying. Was that Thatcher?
Yeah, he cleaned it up. So give him the 6 or 5 yard line. Looks like maybe right at the 5. So 3rd and goal from the 5. Obviously, it's 4 down territory. Clearly, after they went for it earlier, 4th and 8, they converted. So they already missed an extra point. So you got to think they definitely are going to go for it here.
I'll probably eat my words here,
banked by Simmons.
But Coach, Deerfield never seems like they have the 50. They don't throw a lot of 50-50 balls.
No.
It's always something with a rock cost. Yep.
Got them in motion. That's going to back them up. But Coach, in a strange way, it almost helps them. It gives them more room with their passing game.
And I don't want to, as soon as I say that, they're going to throw a fade to somebody, a 50-50 ball. They got some length.
Yeah, 20, what is that, 25 there?
26.
He's really, really tall.
Well, he's going to have to throw the 50-50 ball on win if they go to 26.
Yeah.
But I would imagine
well, now there's some movement now. We'll kind of see. I think Hoots is kind of going with 8, who is their leading receiver. I think that's an 8-on-8 matchup.
And they're going to have some type of route combo. Coach, this is a quad set, which they hurt us with last year in the semis.
We flushed him out.
I just don't know how you cover him on.
Yeah, we lost somebody in coverage wide open. And Seals is just so patient in the pocket.
The guy jogs off the field. 9 makes it look easy.
Seals is the real deal. If you'll accept my apologies for the poor rhyme, but he is definitely the legit I think a college prospect. He's got a good arm. You haven't really seen, other than the wheel route, you haven't seen even his real arm talent yet. But just his calm demeanor, it's just so impressive.
We're talking about him. Who caught the touchdown pass? We get kind of.
It was a fullback type. I don't know.
It was a quad set. It was 4x1.
So extra point here. Execution's a little better. He punches that one through. That's going to make it 13-7. And so far, Coach, Deerfield 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. We mentioned in the pregame, kind of one of the keys is you got to come up with 4 or 5 stops.
And we're 0 for 2.
And we're 0 for 2, but again.
But they're 0 for 1.
If we can play match with them, you got to think you can. At some point, you got to get a turnover. The 4th and 8 conversion there was really the killer on that drive, wasn't it?
Yes.
I shouldn't forget the wheel route. That was the big play, right?
Yeah, the wheel route gets them started, flips the field after we answer with our score. But yes, the 4th and 7, 8, whatever it was, when he made the play on the scramble when in the middle of the field, that's a killer. I just don't know how he doesn't sit in the pocket. That quad set, he skates the pocket. You don't really have a hard edge there because you don't have enough guys to kind of go ahead and force his hand, and he gets to take his time and just, hit that little kind of deep square settle, whatever it was.
We'll see what happens here on this kick, but I get the feeling they don't want anything to do with kicking it deep.
6 is offsides for them.
I think they got him. Good call. I kicked that one to Hoots. I kind of hate it because I kind of hate that they threw the penalty, but back them up.
Yeah, and it'd be nice to get this ball on the plus side. It's not a super high kick. It's a short kick.
So one score out of Middle Georgia. Warner Robins up 14-0 over Eastside. So hopefully we'll be able to get a few scores along the way. I think we know somebody at the Hoco game. Maybe we can find that score later.
Know a few people there. Shout out to my man Brett Taylor and Arthur Weston Tanner.
You can find that game on Mid-Georgia Sports Live also. Don't leave our game. I think this is going to be the game of the week here down in Albany, Georgia.
Plus the color and commentary is just...
top-notch. Top-notch. Some real pros.
Coming in hot, yeah.
That's something. I don't know what. Yeah, we about didn't make it in time.
Pros coming in at like 7:16.
So Hoots is going to get a chance at this one. He's got a good yardage already. Always slips. That's unfortunate because I don't think he was going to the house or anything, but he probably had another 5 yards in him at least. But starting field position of about 36-37. I love the excitement from the Deerfield fans when Hoots got stopped by the turf monster.
Yeah, and you get that brown field, the grass is thinner, and it's a little, it's football weather, but I'd like to just see him stay vertical.
Houston County up 14-7 in their game, so got that score. Thank you, sir. So Hornets come out with a run look.
Yeah, this has been some
one
cute
receiver
run
set.
sets.
They do have a one-on-one look outside if they wanted to take a shot. I bet they bail. Let's see if they do. Gonna throw the slant to St. Clair. I thought the defender got there a little early.
Stone's got to catch that ball. He would tell you he's got to catch it. That was delivered. Yes, I thought the defender put his hand on his hip. And Stone's got to, we're going to have to make some plays. Got to be versatile.
So going to throw it in the flats to Hoots, who drops the ball. Should not have been a backwards pass. That was a forward pass. But it's going to bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Hornets.
And obviously Deerfield coming on with personnel, whether it's dime, they're running in a different pass rusher. And we do not want to play behind the chains.
And we don't want to play behind the chains, and you don't want to give Deerfield the ball back up 7 or 6 in this case.
And very quickly, too.
So Johnson, we're going to get a timeout now. Is that Deerfield's second timeout of the half?
Yeah, obviously their defensive coaches did not like. They're talking to their guys. I don't know if the set. It was good. I don't know if their personnel group wasn't lined up right.
So we'll take a quick timeout with them. You're watching Westfield Hornet football on Mid-Georgia Sports Live.
Apples on the music.
You look at me, I'm out. Welcome back to Albany, Georgia, the campus of Deerfield-Windsor School. Headmaster Alan Lowe, didn't meet him. We saw him on the way in. We've known Alan Lowe a long time. Coach Farmer and I have coached against him for a long time in our careers, and good to see him and play catch up.
And this is his swan song.
This is his swan song. He's hanging it up.
And talk to his replacement, who's down for the night, getting ready for next year. John Garrett Abernathy going to be the new headmaster, who actually used to be the head football coach at Tatnall last year and is an administrator at Tatnall.
So you see the incompletion there, looking for St. Clair, I think it was.
Yeah, and that's not the possession.
I don't know if it was a route or the ball sailed, but not a good possession there on execution for the Hornets. Dropped the ball on the short pass, and then the execution there on that play. So Yeah, going to need a good kick here from St. Clair to hopefully pin Deerfield deep.
And Deerfield looks like their linebackers are staying at level 2, but they may walk up and try to go after it.
Do have a new snapper, so keep an eye on that.
They're keeping people at level 2, so they're not really
pretty good snap, a little high, but got time to get it away. It's a knuckleball. Hopefully it rolls for us. Didn't get much of a roll, but I was wondering if they were going to catch that. I thought that was a play behind, that was behind the play, an unnecessary hit. So that's going to be back 15 yards there. I thought it was behind the play, certainly under the law for sure.
Right. Boy, and that official was accurate with his flag, wasn't he?
Yeah, he threw it a while. He got a good arm.
Yeah. I got to take the stepbrothers position. Coach, the concession stand is just wafting.
It is, and I didn't eat dinner, so.
Me neither. I like a good concession stand. What are we thinking tonight? Red meat, chicken tenders? What are we going?
I don't know. Was the call a block in the back or a personal foul?
It looked like
block in the back. Okay. I immediately assumed personal foul because it was behind the play, but nonetheless, it will actually flip the field, so good deal there. But the Hornets have got to get a stop, Coach.
Yeah, can't got to figure something out. I don't know, here's an empty set.
Hornets look like they're sending some pressure. They are, but nobody there.
We just don't have a flats player. I mean, it just,
Coach, they seem to just have an answer for everything, don't they?
Well, yeah, they just look how you're lined up. You and I know, you watch college, when you watch college football on the weekend and people go 3 by 2, not just college football, pro football, it seems like to the 2 receiver side, you have a go and an out, Coach. And the out is there a lot. And if you come up too tight, then they have other stuff to beat you. Now, you see right there.
Same look.
Yep. And same thing, go and an
out.
Play.
Closed out 8. Liam Sexton closes down better and tackles that one a lot better after a gain of, we'll say 5. So, but you're right. It's tough to keep him from getting at least 5 yards. It's just catch the ball and get rid of it. It's almost like a ground ball to second baseman flipping it over to first base.
And then, we're kind of seeing their set here, and they're going under center, and we got run personnel coming.
It is run. Hornets are there. Stick it pretty good. Kind of leaving 3rd down now. Maybe 3rd and 3 for the Knights. But, Coach, even this, after talking to Coach Campbell earlier today, is 4-down territory for the Knights.
It is 4-down territory, and it scares you because you can say, well, I'm going to crowd the box here. I'm not going to just give them something easy and make them play a 4th down play. But the moment you really crowd the box, because they're going to go for it anyway.
Right.
Whether it's 3rd and 3, 4th and 3, they go over the top if you really crowd it. I would imagine we're going to see some type of, run to us or pass up top. Yep. There's
the pass in the flats. He throws a bad ball. You don't see that often from Seals. I thought he had bad feet there.
And actually, they're not going for it, Coach.
I do see the punt team coming on, and if that's a stop, let's count that to the.
Wow. I figured that's a little odd to me that they didn't run it on the 3rd and 3 or.
He had his man. He just missed him, to be honest with you. Now, we were charging. We'll see. But
maybe they just thought that was so high possession.
Don't jump if you're the Hornets. They're getting under center, showing fake. Trying to get us to move here to see if he burns his final timeout or if he runs a play. That's what he's going to call us. Have to call his final timeout, isn't he? Good. That's a good job there by the Hornets, recognizing there was an uncovered receiver in the slot. Liam Sexton coming over. They get the 3rd and final time, or do they take the delay? They took the timeout. Okay. No, they're staying on the field, so we won't go with them.
They took the delay.
Oh, they did take the delay. That's right.
Didn't want to burn his last time. That's interesting, but hey, this cat, Coach McRae, can call plays, like I said earlier. Ooh, and he has been, dialing them up for
Hornets look like they're coming,
years,
Coach.
But 2 years strong here at Deerfield.
Look like they're coming. They do come after it. Kick gets away. Not a great kick. Hoots calls for the fair catch and going to have it about the 30-yard line. So really, kind of right back to where they kind of started the last drive. So Only thing that happened was some time came off the clock. So
Well, and you know the Hornets get the ball to start the second half, Coach.
that's right.
So you'd like to at least get across midfield, burn some clock. If you got to punt it away, you know, the yards are going to be at a premium with their defense.
I can't see the scoreboard. Our clock on the screen is, I'm not sure how accurate it is. It may be close to
Oh, it's dead on it.
Dead on it.
Scoreboard.
all over it. Love it.
8-0-5.
Well, see, when you get some real teamwork in here, like when Brett Taylor's not here, the clock's right. Just kidding, Brett. If you listen on playback, I'm just playing. So the give goes to Harry, got room off the right side, finishes the run.
That's a good run.
Yep, give him looks like, gosh, 6 yards off, maybe.
For Deerfield, number 42, number 18, number 4. Get you guys some names. Luke Ivy, number 4. Number 18, Ben Everett. 42, Anthony Powell.
So Hornets right back on the ball, second now, and we'll call it 4. Reddick in motion across the set, going to shift the strength. They're coming off the edge on that side. Going to give it to Hare again. Probably should have checked out of that play if Johnson has that capability. I don't know if Coach gives him that capability to do that, but that was a big loss for the Hornets. Going to make it 3rd and 7.
Yeah, can't have negative plays.
I think clearly the defensive staff of the Knights is have figured, hey, they like to run behind Reddick, and yeah, pretty obvious. I would too. So the Hornets now in about the same spot they were last time, 3rd and 7. See if they can get a conversion this time. 3 receivers to the top side.
They're bracketing Hoots down here. You got underneath over the top
Johnson's
player.
in trouble. He fails left. He's in trouble. Probably going to be a hole coming back, I guess, of some sort. Johnson's still looking to throw. Takes a deep shot. He's got Sheldon back there, and Sheldon ends up having to play defensive back to knock it away. We'll see what the flag is. Usually in the area they call holding, it is. Probably going to decline that anyway. Be 4th down. Might would have loved to seen Brock pull that down and try to get the 1st down so they could have another play at it. But nonetheless, Hornets go 3 and out. And have kind of hit a little bit of a wall offensively here the last 2 drives.
Yeah, but we need to get a good punt here. First thing we got to do is protect it. They got a little leak through, Coach last. Oh, man, great music over the PA.
Yep.
Coach went with a little Dre, a little instrumental.
So St. Clair deep, good snap. Ball is away.
And they leaked
High
through again.
kick.
We got to protect better.
It's not as far as length, not the greatest kick distance, but the ball is inside the 40.
I mean, the pressure makes them have to rush it and kick it a little higher. And
so kind of a replay of the last possession, but we don't get the penalty call to slide them back even further. So going to be north side. I almost said north side Eagles. They kind of look like them color scheme wise, but anyway. No, Deerfield Knights. Oh, wow, north side. Anyway, I'm all over the place tonight.
Well, you're out of your routine.
38-yard line. Now they're on 38 coming out. Hornets need another stop. Seals drops the pass. Got time, and now he's flushed. Kind of flip it over. Just a kid, man. He's just tough to figure out. What do you do? Do you go after him? Do you let him throw it? Ends up with a big completion.
Number 10, David Hutchins on the reception, and Seals just playing backyard football. I mean, and I'm not saying that like they're drawing up plays in the dirt. I don't mean that. When I say backyard football, I'm saying he's got all day to throw. Can't get pressure on him. He gets out of the pocket. They have multiple receivers. This ain't 1987 with 2 receiver routes. It's a different era.
There's Simmons on the carry. Going to stack him up. Reddick finishes that play after a short gain, so it'll be 2nd down and I'll give him 3. 2nd down and 7.
So, if you're Lee Campbell, you're sitting there going, run, clock, run.
You'd love to get to halftime with 1 score down, wouldn't you?
That's, like we got to figure something out. Do I bring pressure? Do I just kind of hope that they're not super in a hurry here and I can maybe just bleed real slow and have a chance in the red zone? Double move, Coach. They went double move.
Oh,
That's absolutely.
that's terrible.
You know, the frustrating thing with that is you let the sideline call it. It'd be one thing if the flag came out early, but it's amazing how after, you know, and all coaches do it, but you got Coach Murray, Coach Rhodes over there, and they're like, flag, flag, and then the flags come out. That's what I hate. I mean, look, the ball's been on the ground 2 seconds. Go ahead and throw the flag if you think it's DPI. Because you saw it in real time, but don't let it come out after the coaches are hollering from the sideline. That's this week's rant on officiating. But hey, I don't get paid a dime, and so that's where I'm at on that.
I agree. We have some folks in the box that disagree with you, Coach Farmer, but I'm with you, man.
What'd they say?
I just said you saw something different than they did, but that's okay.
Well, Jake Clausen's down there on the PA, and he is a great guy. Track coach here, does a good job. He hugged my neck when I came in.
I just want you to know, Coach Farmer, that because of you, I don't trust any track coaches ever. You've ruined all track coaches.
Because of Jake,
I keep saying crack coaches. That's a misspeak.
Well, because of Jake Clausen, I got out of track. He's smiling at me down there. No, good guy. Good people down here. So back to the game.
So second and long there after the play. Again, throwing the flats.
Go out.
Tackle's made immediately, but it's going to leave him third and long now. Daniel's a little slow to get up there. It's a pretty good collision between he and Hoots there on the tackle. About an 8-yard gain, but it's going to leave 3rd and 8 now. And Coach, the Knights were in this situation just a few minutes ago and were able to convert. It was really on 4th down, not 3rd. The Hornets really need to find a way to get a stop right here. You see the clock tick, tick, tick under 4 minutes now.
Yeah, and you just, man, if you're Coach Campbell and his staff, you're like, what are they drawing up? What do they have? Because they can do so much and they do it well.
So going to pass. Seals is back. He's got a little pressure, but he finds a gap. And we've seen this before. He's going to score, I think. I think he does. Is he in? Is he in? Are they out? Yep, they give it to him.
Well, the negative is they scored. The positive is we got some time, possibly.
Yeah, just super frustrating again. 3rd and 8.
So
right out of Lee Campbell's mouth this afternoon, it's those 3rd and 4th and long conversions. You see the celebration there from the Knights.
I think we may get a replay here. I'd like to see Brooks Bentley was kind of upfield on the edge, and then when it broke down, I'd like to see him try to squeeze that back down. I don't know how far upfield he got. You know, that's a hard thing, Coach Fowler. Defensive linemen trying to get a pass rush, but got to kind of on the way squeeze their gap.
That's right. So that makes the score 19-7. The kick was good. Actually, I think it is 20-7, actually. So you can see now the Hornets kind of holding on a little bit. This is obviously a very important drive for the Hornets here to try to find a way to get some points. Like Coach mentioned earlier, we do get the ball coming out of the half, so you're really okay still, but you can't get into the half any worse than you are right now.
Yeah, you got to possess this. And
I'd really like to see, who slipped the last time he had a chance. I'd really like to see either he or St. Clair get a chance to return this, maybe. But
Seals is, I've never seen anything like it. I mean, have you, Coach? I just can't think of a quarterback in our league that's just made it look that easy and that kind of next level, the modern era, just how he. Coach, he kind of reminds you of Aaron Rodgers.
Going to be St. Clair on this return. See if he can find a seam and show that speed. Dances a little, trying to get the edge. He's not going to get there. He's tackled inside the 30, so maybe the 26 or 7.
Number 5 was barreling down on him. Greer Morey. He's a good-looking athlete.
So all the momentum is on the Deerfield sideline. Hornets need to have some positive play here to get it back. Like you said, there's time, over 3 minutes. The Hornets certainly have shown this season they can score in quick strikes. The Hornets take the field. Molina at tight, St. Clair. In the game as well. Some confusion about what we're doing a little bit. Coach Campbell got time. I don't know if he may take a timeout. He does. His first one of the half. So going to be a timeout for the Hornets. We'll stay here as we've only got 3 minutes to halftime. So Coach, what are you looking here? The last 2 possessions for the Hornets have been 3 and out. So obviously need to find your best play that you feel like you can connect on.
Yeah, I almost think, I think if you get to midfield, you try some type of scripted shot play, specialty play. I don't know if you go for it right now. I know
the Hornets have. We've seen it in the past. I mean, Deerfield obviously has done their homework, but where Johnson will kind of half roll to his right, and Hoots will run the little post corner, usually isolated, and he throws it back over there. We've hit that in the past for a big play. But you got to get them in the right defense first, and it looks like, to me, they're bracketing over there, doesn't it?
Yeah, that safety, the Coach Rhodes and Coach Murray love to play a little shell four-top there, but they're going to have that safety kind of creeping over, obviously, the Hootses, and I thought we'd run the ball and try to go and get
– there's Hare getting great yardage on first down, getting 14 maybe.
Just trying to get, close enough where you can take a shot to, if it were intercepted or you fumbled, it wouldn't be the end of the world, if that makes sense. Because if you fumble it now or turn it over, deep in your own territory, it's not good. So you get a little more aggressive, kind of get it out to midfield and dial up something and try to get this thing to 1 score before halftime. I wouldn't mind seeing us throw a fade out here to St. Clair.
Holbert in motion across the set. Got to run the toss to Hare.
We got people pulling.
And cut back.
And
may have gotten to the line of scrimmage, but that's about it.
We needed more out of that play. At first glance, it looked like we had them outflanked with the pullers. But Deerfield does a good job rallying.
You mentioned this last time we played. They really don't, and they really don't play a huge. They got a lot of size, but they don't really play that big size on the D line.
No,
but they're fast.
Their nose guard's number 4. He's like 165 pounds, scored from the roster. Number 6, Cross, just made that play. Cross Mitchell.
So Hare they gave him 1 on the first down. Take it down to 9 now. We're going to put in a little play action. Hoots has got. Johnson's going to take a shot for Hoots. He might have him. He dropped it. It was St. Clair. So I apologize. I always get those two mixed up. Their numbers look the same and they're built the same. But in the breadbasket, but Deerfield, the defender with a rake of the ball. Between the two of those things, the ball ends up on the ground. Thought we had a chance there. That's twice, though, Coach. We've gotten behind their defense, even double coverage. So.
And the ball's a little underthrown, but
slightly,
but Stone's got to make that play. He would tell you that. And it's just
so now a big 3rd down and 9 for the Hornets as they go trips.
And that was the play, the one where we're trying to take the shot. And now.
Did they have a timeout left?
Yeah, they did, because they took the delay on the punt that, instead of taking the timeout. Coach Murray talking to his secondary people. Something wasn't right with their personnel. Coach Rhodes, Coach Murray, you know those names, Coach Fowler.
Yep. So basically this is the 2-minute warning as you get in college football and NFL, but it is a charged timeout. That's all for Deerfield. They've used all 3. But probably, I don't know if the Hornets had something they liked or whatever, but you wonder now what Coach Campbell's going to dial up.
Well, if it's me, they don't have any timeouts, correct? Are they done?
Yes, they should be done.
I might,
You're thinking run the ball or play something really safe?
I'm thinking run the ball, get this thing, run it, punt it away. I think we're probably going to throw it. But the problem is if it's incomplete, stops the clock.
Right.
You got to punt it. I'm not sure you run it and try to regroup for the second half. But I think we'll probably take a shot here.
something safe. It stays in bounds, but we'll keep the clock moving. It gets out of bounds, unfortunately. Oh, he kept the clock running because he was stopped progress-wise. So that is going to be 4th down now for the Hornets. But like you said, the clock will continue to run.
And Coach, is Harper Fountain snapping on the punts?
He's doing all the snapping as far as I can tell, yep.
Yeah, and that's, man, that, let's hope he can finish this half with another good snap. Boy, he and Landon Gillis are probably like, I didn't know it was going to turn into this.
All right. So Harper Fountain, the freshman. Very tall, lanky freshman. Let it run all the way down.
Look at that snap.
Great snap. Dropped by St. Clair. Now he's going to run. Coach, he's just got no room to run there, I don't think.
Oh, and we're about a half a yard behind.
Oh, he almost did get it, didn't he?
Yeah, but we didn't, and that's catastrophe level.
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, that was a good stick at the end to keep him from getting that extra yard he wanted or needed. Oh, boy. Tough break there. It's a good snap by Harper, though. Want to give him full credit there. I think St. Clair may have just, I wish I could see that replay.
Our score, our time on our broadcast, yep, my man's getting it right over here.
That shows a little more time than we thought, which is not good.
Yeah, not good. 106 is an eternity. The positive is I don't know what the range is for the Deerfield kicker.
Well, I know what the range is for the offense.
Yeah, for Seals.
So we need to obviously get a stop.
Got to play well on this down right here.
Hornets shuffle in like a little nickel package.
It's just 3x2, which has been go out, and there's the wheel scheme. Now this is curl wheel.
It's not. I don't mean this as a negative to our defense. It's a positive for them. It's just easy for them right now, and it's not that anything we're doing wrong. It's just their scheme is good.
Well, Coach, it's 5 receivers. You can't get pressure because you got to cover, and they're moving the pocket.
Well, you've only got 5 guys, 2 linebackers and 3 down linemen because you're in a nickel package, which you have to be because they have so many receivers.
Right.
Need a turnover badly here. Safe play there. You got a blocker out in front. They knocked him out of bounds. Reddick does. But not before. He picks up about 8 or 9 yards on 1st down. So the Hornets need a turnover in the worst way right here. You certainly don't want to give them one more score before the half. They're going to clock the ball, it looks like, based on the formation he does. So that'll stop the clock momentarily. Make it a 3rd and 2 now. The Knights aren't thinking about the 1st down. I promise you, they're thinking more than that. So the clock is accurate. 17 seconds, is that correct? It is correct, all right. So you got to figure about
30 seconds, Coach.
30 seconds.
30.9.
So 3rd and 2. Deerfield driving on inside the Hornet 30 right before half, already with a 2-score lead. Hornets desperately need a stop right here of some sort of negative play. There's no timeouts. Remember, quarterback sack would really hurt them. Back to throw on 3rd and 2. Little pressure up the middle from McGee. Now we got him hemmed in. He's going to chunk it out of bounds. It's a smart football play. Smart play.
I mean, the guys just, you don't see it much.
But now it's 4th and 2, and they do have to convert. Be interesting here to see because the Knights can't exactly just run the ball because you worry about the clock running out. I guess you could spike it in a hurry, but
yeah, well, you know, I think you may see a stop route, just a possession route, then they spike it.
You may be right, but I tell you what, I think I'd spy that quarterback.
Oh yeah, regardless. So it wouldn't shock me if they go, you know, he's going to pick which kind of DB's the furthest off, and maybe it wouldn't shock me if they just throw a stop out there. Yeah, there's a little out route.
Yep.
Man, that guy's losing the football, Coach. He's made one bad play tonight.
Yeah. You just got to roll your coverage up, take the chance there to get a stop, I guess. It's risky, but it is a 1st down. The clock was stopped on the play out of bounds. And the Hornets get more and more desperate. They're shuffle personnel now. So Deerfield here on the near hash with the ball. Oh, they weren't going to spike it. They stopped. Oh, we got a timeout. Maybe.
And was that possibly going to be pass, Coach?
Which I think that was going to be a fake spike pass. I think that was a trick play. Maybe.
Well,
either way, it's a trick play. I guess.
Double pass, pass. Because he was throwing it to the number one, and I don't mean number one on his jersey. Number one from the sideline, like he was stepping back for a backwards pass.
Oh, it might have been. So the coaches on the Deerfield side are wanting more time on the clock.
So, have you decided what we're eating?
I have not, but I didn't bring my wallet in, so I guess I'm not eating anything.
I got you, buddy.
At least you could do.
I got you.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, it was either that or grab something on the way home because I'm gonna have to eat. Got to fuel this machine. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, the big guy.
So back on the field. Let's quickly change that topic. All right, 1st down and 10. Nice driving, getting late in the half.
And here's
Westfield desperately needs to stop. A sack.
Here's the quad set, Coach, but 6 looks ineligible.
It's not quad.
Yeah, Coach, 6 was ineligible. He's on the line.
You got pressure on the quarterback. Going to take a shot. It throws it out of bounds.
I mean, so what would be the wing back, the 4th receiver from the sideline? He's played it right off the edge. He looked like he was at the same level
as the tackle,
because one of the other wide receivers was on the line. That means he's covered up, but he ran downfield. You guys can watch tomorrow on the replay. 7 seconds left in the half, but
not sure if our clock on our computer screen matches the clock in the stadium. We can't see it. It does match. Okay, so it could be final play right here. Going to throw it out in the flash, short. Just got to hem him in and tackle him. He's going to run to the sideline. We get him down.
Jack Doster.
I thought we got him down in bounds. They did get a 1st down, but that's going to be the half, and that's a great stop.
Yeah, that's absolutely. The
that's
defense
a great
stop. Their neck. That's a little momentum.
It is, and it could be huge. If the Hornets get the ball coming out of half, which we'll get to after this break as we go to halftime. The Hornets are trailing down in Albany, 7 to Deerfield's 20. But to get the ball to start the half, you're watching Westfield Hornet football here on Mid-Georgia Sports Live.
I'm involved in a lot of extracurricular activities. I play football, baseball, basketball, and I run track.
I love the contact sport. I love the ability to get my feelings and aggression out throughout the hard day or hard week out at practice.
I was a part of the Westfield wrestling team when I was a freshman, and that's also the year when I played soccer. So it was been fun, and I'm going to play soccer again in my senior year, and hopefully I will probably be the captain of the soccer team.
I enjoy just spending time with my teammates and getting to just rep the green and gold like everyone else has.
Go out and with the football team, and we get our chaplain out there, and he does a great job. And I think on a Thursday that's great to do because it's for the game, and you get to think about God and just forces in life, and that's kind of what the game of football is like.
About a merger. This is about the first tangible step for us to take together to build a regional hub of healthcare for Central Georgia. The confluence of research, technology, innovation, and excellent community care that will make an impact together. As we unveil our sign, it's a symbol of the chapter we're now taking together to reshape healthcare for this community.
Westfield is a challenging environment.
It's a Christian school, it's a Christian environment.
And it provides students with great opportunities. Definitely all the teachers, they prepare you for college, they help you with some problems that they'll give you some real life experiences that will help you with college.
Every teacher that I have in any of my classes is always telling us that they're here after school. They're always willing to answer any questions we might have.
Westfield is a harder school, but it challenges you and it gets you ready for college.
And I think Westfield gave me such a great Christian environment that I can actually have the freedom to express my faith.
Westfield provides a lot of great opportunities for students to learn and for students to grow and for students to learn more about themselves.
sure. Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back from your halftime break here at Deerfield School in Albany, Georgia at Webb Memorial Stadium. The Hornets are trailing 20-7 to the Deerfield Knights in here in the state semifinals. But you see the bracket on your screen there, just to kind of talk through that. The other half of the bracket has John Millage and Frederica playing. I haven't seen a score on that game. I'll have to look and see if I can find one. But John Millage is a heavy favorite there. So we'll kind of see what happens there. But the winner of these two games will meet at Mercer next Friday night. That's the second game after the single A game. So I'm going to project game time between 7 and 8, maybe 7:30. So that would be kind of when the winners would play. But we still have a half of football yet to determine this. And, Coach, this first drive coming out of the half is going to be a big one for the Hornets.
Yeah, and, at minimum, need to flip the field. It'd be nice, ideal to get our best kickoff return of the night kind of kick-started. And obviously, it'd be real nice to steal a special team score. But, you got to have something big to get back into it because, Lane Seal's very talented. He and his core of receivers and the running back, Turner Morris, you would have to think they're going to put up more points. Turner Simmons, sorry.
Yep, no, you're fine.
Where I got Morris from.
That's okay. I'm bringing up Lee Smallwood. So
free airtime.
There you go. Shouting him out.
Yeah, anybody seen the John Millage score? I know Frederica had to come a long way from the island. Frederica's kind of battle-tested, but you would have to imagine John Millage at home, as talented as they are. That's obviously if people tuning in next week, we'll hear some names from John Millage if indeed they make it out.
I do have a couple of scores. Brentwood 21, Briarwood 7 at halftime in a game that's a little closer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, Brentwood's very talented. They've got a running back that's like a sophomore, Tristan Robinson. I don't know. I think his first name's Tristan, but he's already had offers from the likes of Georgia Southern, South Florida, and if you've ever been to Brentwood School in Sandersville, that's a real big school. It's pretty impressive.
Yep. Southland and America's, playing in Damascus versus SGA trails 28-7 at the half after a last-second touchdown.
I don't think that's a real surprise. Southwest Georgia was kind of a favorite in that. Though Brentwood's the heavy favorite in AA, but, games played on the field.
Yep. Those are the scores I could find at the moment, so I don't have anything from John Millage, but we'll see as the teams kind of finish their last-second stretching and warm-ups and get ready to play ball. The Hornets will receive the ball going from left to right. Kick will be going from right to left, I should say.
And boy, you talk about the quad A games, Coach. Brookstone, FPD, and a rematch of a thriller.
And you mentioned earlier FPD's quarterback, Major Simmons, not playing tonight, so they'll have a lot of pressure on their freshman quarterback. But like you said, he's had a good season in his time filling in. So, and then on the other half of that bracket was George Walton and Stratford. That's right.
Get some statistics from our man Kyle Tucker. Coach, I can't imagine this. You think about independent school football, usually, not want to say the league kind of not lags. I don't like that word lags behind, but is not always up on the latest throwing trends in spread offenses. Kyle Tucker, Coach, has thrown 33 touchdowns. I'm not Kyle Tucker.
Good job, Kyle.
Good job, Kyle. Lane Seals has thrown 33 touchdowns this year, Coach. 2,669 yards.
That is impressive.
It's just crazy.
Hornets returning the kickoff just over the 30-yard line.
We don't have room to spread out our paperwork, so we're shuffling through texts and rosters and cheeseburgers.
Such a good cheeseburger. Saw a couple Westfield faithful down at the concession stand. Will McGehee just Excited to see Sammy playing well and hoping, of course, that our season can continue with a great comeback in the second half. And Rebecca Staines, and among other Westfield parents and supporters. So the Hornets come out here. Important drive here to start the half. Gonna move Thatcher Reddick across. Johnson gonna run the ball, tries to get some room, cuts back. May got a yard or two, but that's about it.
Number 7 getting up for Deerfield, Mangum, Pippin.
So certainly not desperation time for the Hornets. Don't mean to imply that if I did. It's just you need to put together a good drive here. Certainly if you can get to a one-score game, it's really anybody's game, but you got to worry about getting a first down and then kind of going from there. So one safety high here look from Deerfield. Johnson back to pass, fakes the toss. Now he's looking, now he's going to scramble out of the pocket to his left. Not going to be a lot of room there. He does, a little stutter and goes, gets the corner. Got a block.
Great
Johnson
block
about trips, but he keeps his block. There's an explosion play. Broad gets tackled.
We're talking about those breakdown run plays.
It's about a 32. There's your replay. You see Johnson on the left side.
Look at the block by Molina, fitting his guy up on the sideline, kind of working him a little bit.
So kind of something to watch there. If the Hornets might try to use that as the new part of their offense, just a quarterback run. That wasn't a design run, but Johnson rather making something happen with his feet on the design pass play. But the Hornets are in business now as they go down. They're on the Deerfield 32-yard line. You got St. Clair isolated down here one-on-one if you want to take a shot. It's going to be quarterback run again. Johnson around right in, trying to break one tackle, gets tackled by his foot.
Mangum Pippin.
On a diving tackle attempt. But it does give him 3 yards on first down, though.
Positive yards, stay ahead of the chains.
Makes you wonder, do the Hornets stay with the run? It's been working a little bit. But you're seeing some matchups that you might want to try to look at, taking a shot. Looks like a run set, got Molina in, Reddick in.
Little flex time. He's not flex, he's just a normal split, but he's stand up.
Looks like a run possibly this way. St. Clair on the reverse. He's going to have to make a man miss. He does. He's trying to get to the edge, not going to get there, and kind of gives up on the play. For going to take a bad loss there. He's going to leave the Hornets 3rd and long. Probably need to stick his foot in the ground and get vertical there, Coach. Try to get as much as he could, but that negative play is going to really hurt the Hornets now. 3rd down and 12.
The Deerfield defense runs well. I mean, they pursue flat, take great angles, and they have great team speed on defense. And so they weren't taking the bait on the misdirection, sort of the end-around scheme.
So you got Hoots and St. Clair stacked up. They motion Colbert in. Going to fake the give. Got pressure. Johnson tries to avoid it. Somehow does, miraculously. Tried to load and throw, but couldn't. Going to get back to about the line of scrimmage. May give him a loss of 1. Going to bring up 4th down now, and it's 4th and like 12. Oh, we may have a man down hurt. Or not, actually. So going to be 4th and 12 now. Looks like Coach Campbell's bringing on the punt team. Make it 4th and 13, actually. Coach Campbell's going to bring on the punt team. Try to pin the Knights deep. I thought there might be a possibility he would go for that, kind of in no man's land there, but I want to give the Knights the field position.
Yeah, I think you have to punt it. Interior's got to block better. Harper's.
The Knights just sit back, don't try to come. Ball kind of, it's going to get a Hornet bounce, and they're going to end up downing it just about the 5 or 6 yard line.
Man, Harper Fountain, another good snap.
So the Knights will have to start from deep in their own territory, and the Hornets need to make a stand right here defensively. They need to stop in the worst way.
And it needs to be a stop where you get the ball back in good field position. But priority 1 is just get a stop, you know.
So we haven't seen a team kind of make that mistake in the mode of a turnover yet. Now would be a good time to get one, Coach. Maybe they can pick something up and walk right into the end zone. I mean, quick pass out. Hornets are there, going to wrap that up. That might have been a loss of yardage on that play.
Boy, Sammy, man, that is so good. You're talking about a level 1 defender, not just being wasted 2-3 yards in the backfield, realizing it's out of the quarterback's hands quick and flattening out. You know, he's not a linebacker making that play in the flats. He is a defensive end making that play.
The Knights do lose a yard, maybe 2 yards even, 2nd and 12. So Seals will take this snap in his own end zone.
Play, to me, this is, you know, the play of the second half thus far because you don't want to give them third and manageable.
That'll be a run play there. Not much doing. Might have got back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
3rd down and 10.
Oh, and then we got Hornets pointing like somebody's got the ball.
Maybe been wishful thinking there.
Good job by the interior people there. Caleb Andrews, Banks Reddick.
This is the play the Hornets have had a hard time getting off the field on, Coach. Even from their own territory, you know the coaching staff of the Knights have absolute trust in Seals at quarterback.
Well, other than some penalties that Deerfield's, you know, suffered, this is the longest 3rd down play for sure. This is the most they've played behind the chains. Oh, my goodness, I can't see.
So snaps away.
And
Going to throw it out in the flats. We just got to break down and make a tackle. We do stop him short, but it was close. It's going to be 4th down and maybe 1, maybe even 2.
So that was the back, not wheeling, but kind of flaring and working up. And, you know, we rallied to that pretty good.
4th and 2, and Deerfield runs on their punt personnel. So at least for now, it appears the Hornets have gotten their stop they needed.
And, Coach, that's 3 stops for the defense. Remember, we had the stop right before half. We had the one where they took the delay of game and punted.
Yep.
So you really, defense isn't playing awful. Keeping you in the ball game.
The offense has kind of hit the struggle bus a little bit here the last 3 possessions, other than the one long scramble by Johnson. Snap is away. Kick is away. It's a long spiral, but Hoots is going to get a chance to return it, which could be trouble for Deerfield. He's not going to have a lot of room. But the Hornets will take possession on the 42-yard line of the Knights, so it ends up being good field position gained. Now you have to do it.
Tackle made by number 17, Sam Raymond. What was the other guy? There, sorry, trying to get some of these.
So I got a Deerfield. A John Millage score, and I hope she forgives me for saying this, but I'm surprised it came from Amber Churcher, but she knows it. I bet you I know how she got it too. I bet you it's because of our friend that teaches up there now. But anyway, Amber Churcher sends me 20-7. 20-7, John Millage.
Halftime, 3rd quarter, 4th quarter. First.
Oh, and our buddy Andy Ray says John Millage is up 21-7. Evidently, it's on Max Prep. So who would have thought to look there? Backside screen goes to Molina. Well-designed play. Molina is going to get great yardage. Give him 15 on the play.
I don't talk to
There's
Andy Ray
the replay.
anymore. He's a disillusioned Alabama fan. Oh, my bad. Sorry. Not that we are disillusioned.
I don't know how disillusioned they are. They seem to own Georgia, which is more than Georgia Tech can say, which hopefully we'll have another chance in a few weeks. Anyway, Hornet ball now in business. You hope they can capitalize on the field position here inside the 30-yard line now.
Because that was a nice little dial-up on the tight end.
Sure was. Going to throw the little curl there to St. Clair. He breaks through one tackle. He's not going to get to the next one. Give him a short gain of 4 yards, maybe 3.
Coach, when you watch Deerfield rally to the ball, and you saw it on the punt to Hoots, because that was a low punt, and their skill guys just have great speed, great length, out in the open, because they were able to get the Hoots quickly on a very low punt that should have had some space to run. And then how they corralled St. Clair up there.
We blinked, and it's now 28-7 John Millage. So John Millage showing their ability to quick strike.
Oh, we brought Andy Ray into the conversation, and he went south.
Going to be a fake there. Johnson around right in, got a little room in a block, makes a man miss, and he steps out of bounds. Kind of gets shoved late, but anyway, there's your quick replay.
A good block by Thatcher Reddick. Win Hoots on the stalk on the perimeter.
Matt Molina on a block too. So first down Hornets. Now we're in business inside the 20-yard line. Got to find a way to finish in the end zone here, Coach.
Coach, my John Millage education was coming through. I was peeking out the press box, and I could have just sat here and watched it right on the screen.
No comment.
Well, you went to Southland.
Yeah, I did.
Another very proud GIAA.
There's your forward on the jet sweep. St. Clair's trying to find the edge. He does get it. And he cut up. He's drug out of bounds after a pretty good gain.
Good run.
Maybe close to the sticks, Coach.
So, man, this is, Coach, if you're Coach Campbell and his staff, this is panning out pretty good because, A, you're running a lot of clock, and Seals is not on the field. That's always a good thing.
That's right.
But you got to capitalize here, punch it in. And then you,
Oh, no. We might have gotten in trouble there.
and, well, that's kind of odd. Oh, my goodness.
That was dangerous. I clearly don't know the substitution rules there, but I guess we never huddled, so you can't call 12 men in the huddle, can you? So 3rd and 1 here for the Hornets. They got to get the first. Definitely 4-down territory.
Obviously, we're gonna run off tackle here with the
quarterback run right, I would imagine. He does run right, makes a man miss, gets the first. Coach, he might get in the end zone.
Yeah.
He does. Johnson running the ball hard, the offensive line doing work.
And there's a football game brewing in Albany, Georgia.
There is indeed. So that brings your Hornets score to 13, 20-13 now with the extra point pending. Coach Brock Johnson does a good job there, kind of understanding, hey, their kind of defensive line and linebackers are all moving to where that power was set, kind of the right side. He kind of bends it back, kind of in the midline area.
And he had to because there was some leak through there, with some type of stunt, and can't take a loss there.
Harper Fountain on the snap. Good snap. Holds good. Kick is up and good. Hornets pull within 20-14. And we have ourselves a game, Coach.
And,
we've mentioned several Deerfield coaches, by the way. Sorry to cut you off.
No,
but I have not mentioned my old friend John Brady's name. He looks like he's down there coaching special teams. If my eyes don't deceive me.
Is that John in the red out on the field? I don't know him.
I believe it is.
So Craig Rhodes, Rod Murray, those names that have been around, and just guys that have done it the right way for a long time.
Coach Brady called me earlier this week. He's like, anything you want to give me to help us out? I'm like, well, and no, he said, can you let us know what your game plan is? Not that I would be involved in those details, but I was like, yeah, the game plan is not to, throw an interception in the zone and fumble it inside the 5 like we did last time. So I feel like I didn't give much away there, but.
Go Hornets.
So the HOCO score is getting out of hand, 49-7. HOCO is rolling tonight, as you expect. They got a good football team this year. Johnson approaches the ball and kicks it. Going to be a line drive kick again. Could be a tricky hop. It is. They run a little reverse action. The Hornets are there. Just got to make the play. And that's number 12 on the tackle. That's John David Lane, I believe. Freshman. Coach Freshman playing a big role in tonight's game for the Hornets. So it'll be Deerfield ball on about the 26-yard line, 26-yard line.
And that was Riles Walden on the return on a little reverse scheme.
The way that ball was kicked kind of took away the effectiveness of the reverse, didn't it? Because it kind of was, they were right bunched there together.
And they had to play the hop, and this is the 3x2. We've seen this set a lot, and it's been go out up there to the 2 receiver side, some type of route combo, but they've hit the slot a lot, just kind of throwing it where we ain't. Now they motion to 3x2 being the other way.
The ball was caught.
And Coach, we were there, but we have been bad on the first contact. I don't know if that was Thatcher trying to kind of play the ball there.
I think maybe he was going for the strip and it just didn't work out for him. But unfortunately, we give up the first down.
And in his defense, you see that hand.
And he almost took the ball away. So, it's first glance, it's kind of to say, easy to say that's a mistake. But, if he strips that ball out, that changes everything. But now it's a first down at the 40-yard line, the 41-yard line.
Arm kind of hurting. He's got kind of some padding on his arm. I just wonder,
Well, you know how it is, Coach. It's late in the season. Everybody's got some aches and pains. So, smart play. It was Tammy McGee staying at home, Coach. What a play by the defensive end there. That play was designed kind of a delay quarterback, almost like a naked play. Naked, in fact, wasn't a boot, but.
Sammy's kind of banged up right now, limping.
He is, but that was a disciplined play.
Yeah, did a good job of squatting. I don't know. Surely he's not cramping, right?
Maybe it's just his Haynes King walk. They say Haynes King starts limping. You better look out. He starts playing better.
Oh, gosh.
Look, we don't get these kind of seasons often. Give me my moment. Second down and 6.
Jeez. I'll tell you who looked good was the NC State quarterback.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Well, it's easy when you're playing a high school defense. All right, we got this covered up. I'm going to give him – we should have a we can't dive at his feet. We got to do better than that.
And that's where we have struggled. Now, to his credit, Jack Doster hustles off because Jack Doster is the guy that missed him and hustles all the way back into the play and makes the tackle.
And Jack is playing hurt. He's got an arm that won't even straighten out all the way. But so big gain there for the Knights, and they're on the move again. And Hornets need to bow their neck a little bit right here, Coach, because he just got back in the game. You don't want to give a touchdown right back to him. So hopefully we can find a way. Be a good time for the game's first turnover right here.
Yeah, you need.
Speaking to existence.
Yep, you need like a fumble, maybe a contact right on the reception to jar it loose.
There's a running play.
Oof.
Stuck.
Oof. Reddick.
Nothing doing there. Reddick and
Samuel
McGee on the play. Sammy's still kind of limping around, but you keep making plays like that, you ain't coming out.
Was that Reddick or Carr? It was Reddick, wasn't it?
They'll give him a gain of 1. I'm not sure he even got that, but it's, 2nd and 9, forward progress, I guess.
So this has been a run set. It's kind of cutting in and out on me for a second there.
Yep. Well, shotgun look. Power to the quarterback's left. It's going to toss it. They've got some numbers over there. The Hornets do come in and stack it up. It's a good run by the back, I felt like.
You felt like he kind of got 2 extra yards on that with the jump. Those linemen looking good, pulling number 99 for Deerfield. Boy, he is a man.
He's a big child. He sure is.
Cooper Harris.
So 3rd down and we'll call it 4 now for the Knights. They're in 4-down territory. Their history tells you that.
Well, I mean, this is, technically this is a tight end empty set, Coach.
Yeah,
we've seen some 3x2 conventional empty, but this is a tight end empty. Tight end's attached, and he releases.
Yeah, just a little quick. Oh, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Sometimes you got to get lucky and get some breaks.
Well, it's a small break for sure, but you got to play one more down.
Yeah, you got to capitalize on that right here. So the tight end was attached, and he released on vertical, trying to hold that safety and kind of hold player personnel so they could squat with the first guy from the sideline.
Coach, do you take a chance here and roll up your coverage tight to try to take away the quick strike?
I think you got to take a chance. I almost think you got to be in press coverage all the way across the board. But because Seals, I'm afraid he's going to throw the out route down here to number 10.
Yep. He is looking that way. Something over in the middle.
You can't defend these guys. I mean, they wanted kind of a pigtail, and then that's almost like NFL-ish, what they call choice schemes.
Yep.
I don't know how you defend that. I mean, that's next level stuff.
Yeah, I made a good catch too on a low throw. He probably and Coach, at this point, I believe he threw it low on purpose to kind of avoid the defender.
Jeez.
Is that going to be the wrap up the end of the quarter? So that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter. As the clock ticks to 0. It is a 1-score game. The Hornets win the quarter. It's 20-14. The Knights are driving. We'll be right back with the exciting finish of this state semifinal football game. You're watching Westfield Hornet football on Mid-Georgia Sports Live.
Westfield is a challenging environment.
It's a Christian school, it's a Christian environment.
It provides students with great opportunities. Definitely all the teachers, they prepare you for college. They help you with some problems that they'll give you some real life experiences that will help you with college.
Every teacher that I have in my classes is always telling us that they're here after school. They're always willing to answer any questions you might have.
Westfield is a harder school, but it challenges you and it gets you ready for college.
And I think Westfield gave me such a great teaching environment that I can actually have the freedom to express my.
Welcome back to Westfield Hornet football. Deerfield ball, 1st and 10. They're going to get the ball off the right side. Going to find a short game there. The Hornets sticking pretty good, but give him about 3 yards.
Brooks Bentley in on the trying. It looks like Brooks Bentley was trying to get a hand on the ball, Coach. Almost trying to strip it.
Brooks is playing a good game, Coach. We called his name several times. He and Samuel on that defensive line, and not to leave anybody else out, but they've done a good job. Hornets, Coach, you just don't feel like with 4 downs to get it, you can stop. You almost really need a turnover to kind of happen right here, or some sort of negative play, penalty, or sack, or something along those lines. Going to throw the ball out in the flats. He's there again. He gave ground, though, so it'll make him short of the first. He voluntarily gave ground. I think they gave him a great spot that he didn't really earn, but that's okay. It's going to be 3rd down now for the Hornets, 3rd and short. I just feel like, yeah, he caught the ball there, but he willingly gave ground. So it looks like they're going to try to run sneak here maybe. He goes, oh, that's a false start. I got a false start.
Wow, that's a major mistake.
Let's see if that's what the call is. That's like a false start to me. Yep, that's the signal from the referee. So that's going to make it 3rd and 6. Is that the break the Hornets need?
Well, that's break number 2. You know, in the second set of downs,
that's
we
right.
had the drop pass.
The drop, yep.
So
both happened on 3rd down, by the way.
Yep.
So,
but this is a repeat 3rd down, a little different.
Yep. So
than the last time.
The Hornets need a negative play here. Still have to, it's 4 down territory now. Let's call it 3rd and we'll say 3rd and 6.
It's hard, it's hard to bring pressure. You bring pressure, wherever you bring it from, that's where the receiver's going to be and be open.
It looks like the Hornets are in a cover 1 type look.
Coach, you might see a little half. This is that, might see a little half sprint out over here to us. Actually, oh my God.
Good stick by Evan Skinner on the play, but good play, completion for the 1st down.
So they go play action and just a little underneath. It's just so hard. Ride the back and then throw it a little skinny.
Gonna make it 1st and goal from about the 7. I'll take that back. He's there inside the 5. Sorry, I look at the screen. You can see that now. Hornets need to bow their neck somehow, Coach. Get a stop here.
Yep.
Again, I'll say it one more time. Be a great time for our 1st turnover. The Knights in the pistol look. You got to get the ball downhill to 6. I think he gets in. He does. Well, if you're going to give up the score, I guess it's good that you gave it up quick. So.
Give it up. That's Cross Mitchell.
Are they going to go for 2? Try to get that point back. It looks like they might be keeping the offense on the field. They are. So the current score is 26-14. And the Knights now going for 2 to try to make it a true 2-touchdown game.
So this was the set that they ran the play on 3rd down that hurt us. Same set, they rode the back and went play action. Rode number 6, ride him across the face, and that was the same scheme.
The ball was knocked away that time. I don't know if it was knocked away by Skinner or just dropped, but either way, the play 2-point try is unsuccessful. Score remains 26-14. Coach, let's hope the Hornets can get a couple scores here and get a couple stops, and we win this thing 28-14.
Yeah, not panic mode.
It's not, but you are down 2 scores, so you got to be in a little bit of a.
Inside 10 minutes, you might see a little kind of hurry up.
Or, let's just take the kickoff to the house.
That would be big. When let's get it to midfield. Let's get something kind of explosive in the return game here.
Yeah, at least get field position. You're right. You've seen the Hornets this season. At this point, if I'm Deerfield, I don't want to kick it anywhere near Wynn Hoots or Stone St. Clair. I'm a little confused. The kicker, I guess he's waiting for a sign of where to kick it to.
Oh, we know that feeling. That's a little middle schoolish, right? So kick it where they ain't.
We just hope they don't miss the ball, Coach.
Don't you talk about my man Jake Sloan like that.
There's a high pooch kick. We got to come up and get it. It's fielded eventually by St. Clair. He does have a little alley there.
Oh,
I thought he was going to have a little more than that 35-yard line to start for the Hornets.
good tackle by 18. Ben Everett. Jake Sloan was our middle school kickoff specialist. Led the all-time record setter in accidental onside kicks. But hey, my man.
It worked.
Coach, what are these artificial noisemakers?
Yeah.
I've seen cowbells.
You may be picking that up on the mics here right in front of us in the stands.
Well, you know, having kinfolks in rural Wilkinson County, it sounds like a rattlesnake, and I'm a little worried.
It kind of does, yeah. So Johnson looking at the defense, assessing it, gets the snap, going to give downhill to Hare. Hare's going to make a man miss, dragging a man, give him 7 on first down. Good game. But you kind of feel like if you're the Knights that, you know, it's good and bad.
Good blocking by Law Leonard there. Law and Sammy blocking. Shout out to the linemen, Smith and Rigdon, Maddox Davies, Caleb Andrews.
Going through the slant there. Got him. Is that St. Clair? It is.
Yeah, good play, good throw, good catch.
Great
good
throw
route.
and catch. Yep, everything positive there. Protected well. So across the 50 we go, inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. Hornets trying to work down the field as we tick under 9 minutes now. You just want to get back within one with a ball and a chance, Coach.
Yep.
With that one score, I mean.
Yep. This is a cute run.
Little reverse pass, trying to hit the fake play. It's underthrown. Yeah, ball was underthrown and didn't really give Hoots a chance there. So that's going to be a turnover there for the Hornets.
Yeah, he's got a. We've all been there when you're just you're trying to create something and it's hard sometimes.
So now you feel like the Hornets are going to need a turnover for sure. Warner Robbins up 21-7 in the third. Just getting the occasional score updates here. So
First two-back set we've really seen, other than the eye.
He does bounce after initial contact. Hornets rally to it, give him a gain of about 3, maybe 4. So you got to think you'll see a lot of run game here from the Knights as they try to really run some clock.
Coach, you know, I think so much publicity is given, rightly so, to Lane Seals and his offense. I think the unsung hero often for Deerfield and any good team is their defense.
For sure, yeah.
It's just kind of underrated.
They did a good job. Hornets came out and kind of really moved the ball down the field pretty good first drive, and then after that, the big game there for the Knights.
Yeah, and we got to fit that perimeter block up a little more physically. Get up, even, you know, Wynn's got to press that receiver into.
You got to protect the sideline if you're a corner for sure.
You got to be a little more physical with the wide receiver just blocking him and work him into the route that the receiver's wanting to run. And that's, you know, it's easier said than done because obviously they're very talented out there on the perimeter. And boy, did Seals make it look effortless just flipping it out there?
Yep.
I mean,
yep, sure did. We know he's got a lot of talent.
And I hear he's not even going to play college football. You know, baseball guy. And that almost squirted through. We got to be careful not let this thing get away from us. Sammy McGee getting off the ground, limping.
Second and 3 now for the Knights. That's right at midfield. Hornets are looking a little tired. They need to find a little energy here. Try to get a ball. Try to strip it out. Deerfield, of course, is going to try to work as much play clock as they can to run the game clock down as we tick towards 5 minutes left in the game. Hornets are kind of getting in desperation mode. Need a turnover.
kind of, don't want to miss tackles, but it's time to start trying to get a hand in there on every play. Like,
we got a penalty for the false start.
I will say this, Coach. Obviously I'm rooting for the Hornets. It's a struggle. Gonna have to have something miraculous, but Deerfield. If it ends up being Deerfield and John Milledge, Deerfield's going to have to play cleaner than they have this second half.
Yep.
To have a chance. I think John Milledge. Deerfield has not been clean the last few possessions, and
well, we need to make a mistake. For sure.
We need to make them turn it over and get real unclean.
Yep. It's just not something they do a lot. I'd be curious to see their numbers on the season. Hornets are looking tired and all of a sudden and having a hard time tackling 22.
Turner Simmons.
Yeah, Hornets have a look of a tired defense. I've been on the field a lot tonight.
Coming off the field.
So first down and 10 now for the Knights from the 43-yard line of the Hornets. And just trying to bleed the clock down with the run game. They're going to run it again with Simmons. He's going to try to find some room on the right side. He ends up dragging. You can see the Hornet tacklers, how tired they are.
And that's kind of the...
You can see, too, Carter Black and that injured hand and arm is having a hard time holding on to him.
Liam Sexton playing hard, getting in on some tackles. And that's the MO, You wear the defense down. Obviously, the clock's your friend. And, Turner Simmons is obviously fresh. He has not carried it a lot.
Yeah. And we play a lot of guys both ways, but they've been on the field a lot because this defense has. Just need something to give us a little life. It's a big stick on 6, but he bounces off.
We've done that all night. First contact. But I think it's because some of these first contact guys are just really, kind of limited. I mean, Thatcher's kind of holding, and I know it's late and everybody, but you can see he's grimacing and just.
Yeah, Thatcher kind of came in with his head down there, probably trying to force a fumble. And,
right.
And it's a little nerve-wracking to see that.
And the other people got to rally and help him. I'd like to see the Hornets bow their neck here. This is kind of for pride.
Take it down in 3. Knights just running as much clock off as they can, which is understandable. I don't want to give the ball back to the Hornets if they can help it. That'll be another run play. He's going to get the edge. We're going to tackle him, but it's going to be inside the 10-yard line. Not real sure what we thought we saw there from the corner spot. Kind of ducked inside, but you can't do that. So first and goal from the 8-yard line now for the Knights. That depth is really starting to show itself, isn't it, Coach?
Yeah, and that's a tired defense and just playing power football, running off tackle, and their backs bounce it. Sometimes we duck in, cross face or whatever. And
I think it got in. That's going to be a touchdown for the Knights.
Oh, got some laundry on the field.
If you're picking up that noise on there, there's a, I don't even know what kind of noisemaker it is, some sort of artificial noisemaker. Coach referenced it a while ago, but it's really loud and it's right in front of us out the window here.
Your clock's running on your screen. It's actually 3:41.
So that does back the Knights up. 1st and 13 now. 1st and goal from the 13 after, I guess, was a holding call. So, how about that turnover now?
Yep, something crazy.
They're trying to, you can see the Hornets ripping at the ball. Not able to get it, but they getting very little gain there. Maybe 1 or 2 yards. Be second and goal now from the 11. Just need something to give the Hornets some life, Coach. Something to get them fired up here to get going.
Yep.
After that touchdown they scored to get within 6, it just, not much has gone our way. Snap there. Seals going to hand off again. Met immediately by
Carter Black.
Jacques Cartier.
Old Jacques. Brooks Bentley in on the play.
So give him very little gain there. Make it third and goal now from the 10.
Coach, I think you get a glimpse into kind of how.
And we're going to get a timeout on the field.
So I noticed something there, how Carter's arm is banged up. Because he was having to get people to pick him. He couldn't even roll over and kind of push himself off the ground.
A lot of toughness right there.
And so he was like looking at the Deerfield guy like, hey, pick me up, buddy.
You can see there the Hornets trying to find a way to get off the field right here, 3rd and 10. Of course, 4th down would be interesting. I don't know if Deerfield would try to go for the 3-score lead with a short field goal or if they would stay on the field and try to go for it. I haven't had any score updates lately. I've given you everything that I've got.
Check the 13 WMAZ Friday night scoreboard.
34-7 SGA over Southland. Brentwood 28-7 over Briarwood.
Ooh, this is a final according to WMAZ. Brookstone 13, FPD 0.
Oh.
And, you know, the Hornets beat Brookstone. This doesn't say final. It's still under games. Doesn't say finals, but Stratford 24, George Walton 6.
Maybe a Stratford-Brookstone final championship game. Little tall sweep to 6. He's going to try to bend it back. There's Hornets there to stop him short of the goal line. Got him just inside the 5 maybe. Okay, just a Perry Panthers look like they're in the 4th quarter, but losing 24-7 to North Oconee, so that may wrap up their season. So the Knights will, well, it's 4th and goal. So I'm going to bet the Hornets called this time out. Obviously, that was the Hornets calling the last time out, too, to try to conserve some time. The clock on the screen is not correct. I'm not sure where we are. We can't see the scoreboard from here in the box, guys. So 2 minutes and 19 seconds has been correct on the screen now. So 2:19, 4th down and goal from the 5 for the Knights. So they're on the right hash. So not the easiest kick from that close with a, a less than stellar kicking game. Looks like Seals is coming back on the field. They're going to go for it.
Yeah. If I'm Coach McRae, I don't want to try the field goal because I don't want any blocked, run back. I take my chances. And
so with a stop here, the Hornets would still, have a chance. You got a chance to go the distance and get a touchdown and then maybe go onside kick, but got to get a stop here.
Yeah, and this is
kind of the game all right here in this play, isn't it, Coach?
It is, and you wonder, this is the quad set. Number 6 is the wingback set right off the line, and this is quads left.
Going for the fade.
There's your 50-50 ball.
It's overthrown and then incomplete, so the Hornets will take over. So, like you said earlier, tough for the fade on Win Hoops. Probably the best defensive back in the league.
And like a lot of these facilities, Coach, the long jump pit is very close to the field. And the Deerfield receiver ends up on the tarp in the long jump pit. And like, geez.
So to paint the picture, the Hornets have to go 95 yards to get a score. To get within 1 score, at that point, we need the onside kick and recover to give themselves a chance here. So you'll see that the Hornets can put together something exciting here. Of course, the last drive we had kind of driving down ended with an interception.
And obviously Deerfield's going to be in prevent mode. Not full-on prevent, but they're not going to let it get over the top of them.
I think the Hornets have one timeout left, if I'm not mistaken.
So you're kind of hoping maybe just to get, 12, 15 yards each pop.
Johnson from his own end zone is gonna run it out. No, he does throw it. He got a catch.
And now you got to go 400 guy.
And now you got Hoots playing keep away.
And get out of
He
bounds.
gets tackled, but he's at the Deerfield 40. A great play to keep the play alive.
Yeah, there's always hope.
The clock's stopping.
Who's hurt? Is that wind that's hurt?
We got somebody in the back of the end zone, one of our linemen, Sammy McGee, I see now.
Oh, Sammy might have just snipped the concession stand.
Well, I think he's got to come out because they stopped the clock for him. So the Hornets need to have a play ready to go as the chains move.
Well, his coaches are like, come on, we got to get you back down here.
The clock just started, so we got to go.
He's been favoring that leg all day, kind of
He
calf
has.
walking.
Hornets taking a little bit to get going here. Some valuable time running off the clock.
Look for us to release the tight end. We're in a little empty set there.
They're holding the tight end.
Yeah,
but
they held our. I mean, he can jam him now.
Brock's scrambling around looking for something. It goes back to her right now, trying to get rid of it. It's going to get hit. He throws it deep, trying to get a man in the end zone. Oh, almost a miracle catch there made.
And Brock took a big shot, kind of got sandwiched front and back. That's a good play by Brock Johnson.
It is a good ball that almost was caught, but going to stop the clock. Second down and 10 now. I think there's some things available kind of a little shorter. I mean, even 15 yards down the field, kind of in the middle, we might could hit something. Remember, the clock will stop on a first down. I'm a little unclear if we have a timeout or not. So the Hornets on the 40-yard line. Johnson back to pass again. A little pressure. Throw something underneath. Stone St. Clair's got to keep running. He can't go backwards. So he goes the wrong way, but the forward progress should give us, well, no, not much, actually. I feel like, Coach, if he keeps running, he might get out of bounds. But
yeah, just pivot to the outside, I thought.
So Caleb Andrew, we got a timeout. I think the Hornets just called their final timeout to kind of regroup. They did. So 1 minute and 3 seconds left in the game. The Hornets now with no timeouts, down 12. So you really would like to see them get across the 40-yard line, Coach. You'd like to see them score with, gosh, we could get at least 25, 30, if nothing else, just enough time to try to get an onside kick and throw one shot into the end zone, but at least give us a chance. But we got to score first. It's third down. Need a first, 3rd and 9, actually.
Yeah. You kind of just take what they give you here. Take what they give you here. Try to get it, and then if you still got to play a 4th down, take what they give you, spike it. Obviously, by then,
you see there our sponsors, Emory Healthcare. We haven't had a chance to mention these guys. We're very appreciative of what they've done for us on our broadcast this year. Them and BCI Installation and the Westfield School and the Westfield Booster Club. So really appreciative of those guys. So here we go, 3rd and 9. Hornets trying to stay in the game. Down 12 with about a minute left. No timeouts. A little pressure comes. Johnson avoids, throws it away, throws it underneath, actually. Jackson Harris making a man miss. He's going to have the first and then some. It goes down, but the clock's going to stop on the first down. The Hornets need to go up and be ready to spike the ball here, I would think. It is indeed that. Johnson hurrying them into the line of scrimmage, trying to get a quick spike. Backing everybody up as everybody set. Takes the snap and spikes it to stop the clock. A false start on the, why? How is that possible? Well, okay, false start on the Hornets. So, Coach, I don't know if that clock's going to wind or not.
no, I don't think it does.
Well, we lose 5, but the clock stopping is key. We're balls inside the 35 to the 33-yard line. The clock is obviously the biggest factor in the game right now. The Hornets need to quick strike and find something.
It quickly evolved into like a 90s grunge concert. with the music up here.
There's pressure coming. Johnson avoids again. He's got to throw it away. He's got to throw it away. He does get away. He's got room to run down the right side if he wants it, but he's got to move. Takes a shot into the end zone. Is it caught? Is he caught? No, the ball's incomplete. Got a penalty for something. I'm not sure what. It's in the area of holding or man downfield. It looks like the Hornets might be backing up. I would like to see, the Hornets have taken a few shots deep here that I think maybe we could have nickeled and dimed it a little more, but talking to the.
So they're asking him if he's going to want to take it.
It's a holding, it looks like, I guess. Looks like 2 penalties on Westfield. So he's going to want the more favorable outcome. They decline the holding, and they're going to take the personal foul, which a blindside block. So, well, that didn't work out no matter how you look at it. I just feel like there's been some stuff underneath. We could have worked that a little bit there, but you know, if you catch one of those balls, it's all good.
I had my music wrong, Coach. It's more Lincoln Park. Lincoln Park. I'm old. I get 90s, 2000s, whatever. It's a little emo feel. I'm down with it.
The clock around 30 seconds, first and forever for the Hornets. The ball's barely across midfield, going the wrong direction here.
Yeah, this is tough.
Got time, got a pocket to throw. He's going to take another shot. He does.
And he's taking a lot of big shots on these passes.
Yeah, he is. And I don't know. I don't know. It's probably not the play actually called, but it's like he thinks he needs to score on every play. We could throw something. At this point, probably not. But you know, when we had the ball at the 35 or 33, 1st and 10, you could have tried to score in 4 plays and still had a chance. I don't know, but now you're right. It's Hail Mary and hope you get lucky and. And really, your receivers got to be gassed. They're just running gassers over and over again at this point. Johnson slips protection again. Quick out route. Got to get out of bounds, and we do. So it's going to take it all down inside the 40 with very little time left. But 3rd down and forever still. So the clock is stopped as the receiver going out of bounds, but it's not a timeout. I know we're kind of huddled on the sideline a little bit, so down to 20 seconds on the play clock as we come back on the field. Down to 5 seconds on the play clock. Snaps away. Johnson's got time in the pocket this time. Looking around. I don't know what he's going to do. He needs to do something. The ball at the clock's going to run out. Not going to be anything left. He's going to get sacked. Actually fumbles the ball. We get it. Law Leonard getting the carry. Law Leonard getting. Then we got some shenanigans on the sideline. Some guys taking exception to some late hits.
Well, the refs just need to get them set up. Nobody needs.
And that's the end of the game. The coaching staff separating the players. Everything's fine. Just a little pushing and shoving. So the final score here from Deerfield. Knights come out on top, 26-14. A disappointed Hornets bunch, Coach, but nothing to be ashamed of. This is a good Deerfield team, and it's been a great season for the Hornets.
Yeah, I mean, they fought hard, fought to the last play. You're absolutely right. That sums it up. Nothing to be ashamed of. Good hard-fought ball game by
sure was.
2 rivals.
And really, Coach, it felt like we were a play away kind of late to, maybe get back in this thing and be right down to the end. We'd love to see to get the 1 score and kind of see what would happen, but nonetheless didn't work out. So let's give a final thanks to our sponsors. I don't want to leave anybody out, but I know Emory Healthcare has been a sponsor for us this season. Really appreciate them, along with BCI Insulation, the Westfield School, the Westfield Booster Club, and I hope I didn't leave anybody out. If I did, I apologize. But all of our sponsors we're very grateful for what they've done. And obviously, as I said this up to 100 times now, but as employees and coaches at the school, so appreciative of the Westfield School and the Westfield Booster Club. So again, this has been Westfield Hornet football. We wrap our season up, unfortunately, to Deerfield in the semifinals. Deerfield's going to go on to play most likely John Millage next week at Mercer. Hornets come up short, 26-14. Coach Campbell and his Hornets, congratulations on a great season. Yep. Congratulations to these seniors who I wish we had time to call them all by name. We don't, but they've had a great career. But anyway.
They leave a legacy, two district championships in a row.
It's been a good time for us. For Coach Farmer, I am Coach Fowler. Thanks for listening this year to Westfield Hornet football. You've been watching Westfield Hornet football on Middle Georgia Sports Live. Thank you. Good night.